These interview questions are related to your experiences dealing with incarceration. Whether you've dealt with doing time or know someone in jail, please share a video telling your story with Care Pictures Love in order to inform others on how to deal with similar situations and prevent the next generation from making the same mistakes in life. What is your name
My name is Christopher Lee Mora.
and where are you from?
I'm from Mora, California, in
And
LA.
what do you do for a living?
What I do for a living, I used to be a carpenter. I've done sales. Right now, currently, before I was incarcerated, I was working for Fabian Lighting, Sound, and Grip Work.
Now that we have a little background, let's get into how incarceration has affected your life. At what age were you first impacted by incarceration?
I was first impacted with incarceration at the age of 18. I was possession charge for heroin and crystal methamphetamine.
And what happened in that situation?
What happened in that situation, I was cruising around, I got pulled over, got a cop started searching my car, and next thing you know, he found the drugs and brought me in. And upon that situation, I had to go to the county jail. Then from the county jail, I called my dad.
And how did that change your life?
Well, it changed my life a great deal because it impacted me. Instead of my dad bailing me out, he left me stay there. So I had to figure, he figured it was a way for me to learn what I did wrong.
So during this time, did you have contact with your family through correspondence, collect calls, and visits?
Yes, at that time I did. You have to understand that was in 1988. The year right now is 2019. I've been doing time in and out of prison now. Heck, how long has it been? It's been a while now. It's been a while. I'm 48 years old. I'm an eight-termer at 48 years old. I'm doing 32 months with 80.
And how did doing all of this time affect your family?
It affected my family a great deal. They had a father who was never there. I have 4 daughters. I have 1 son. They never really got to know their dad. And I never was there for them. The only daughter I ever seen graduate high school is Angelica. All the other ones graduated high school. They all have their own kids. I've never seen my grandchildren born. It affected me a lot with our life. The separation issues we have within my family is a great deal because of the choices that I made in my life. I made all the wrong choices in my life. And I see that. But I didn't see that until recently. A few years back. Okay, I'm a heroin addict. I've been a heroin addict since I was 13 years old. Okay? I'm an old punk rocker. And it's just my lifestyle. I thought everything was cool, but everything ain't cool. Because when you're 48 years old and you're sitting in prison again, something is wrong.
Absolutely. So, can you speak about some of the things you've seen while you were incarcerated?
I've been incarcerated. I've seen stabbings. I've seen counter riots. I've been part of batteries. I've been part of everything that you can imagine in prison. Okay, I've seen drugs in prison, mutual combat fighting, everything.
Wow. And can you speak about some of the moments you've missed with loved ones that you feel would have been different if you were there?
Things I missed the most about with my loved ones, I was married to my wife, Cynthia. We never had anniversaries together. We ended up getting divorced in prison. I never get to see my kids' birthdays. Those things affect me. Okay? Not getting to see my father die. Not to get to say goodbye to him in 1998. I was incarcerated. That affected me. That affected the whole family. I was never there. I've taken myself out by my selfishness. Okay, I can truthfully say that. Took myself out of my family, and my family still accepts me and still loves me and still tries to connect with me. Now, this last time I've been down, I haven't contacted nobody until recently, a couple of weeks ago, and that was my daughter, Christina, just barely. And she said on the message, I've been waiting for this phone call too long. Because I thought, by me not contacting my family, because I'm ashamed, whatever it is was going on with me. Another selfish act. Not, saying needing time alone because I have to rethink things. No, it's not about me. A good friend told me it's not about me. It's about my family because my family needs to know what's going on with me. Because if they don't know what's going on with me, they can't help me. That goes on with your friends and everything in aspects in your life. Your friends don't know what's going on with you. If you don't sit there and talk to them and open up, no one knows what's going on with you. You keep everything bottled inside, you explode. Then you make wrong decisions. Then wrong decisions, next thing you know, you're back using again. Then the next thing from that, you're back getting incarcerated. You're back in the county jail going through the loop. It's not cool.
Mm-hmm.
It's not cool.
So tell us about the experiences of having to be incarcerated in prison in jail.
Experiences like some riots.
As the environment.
Oh, the environment, getting slammed into this environment where you got nothing but gangs. You have prison gangs. You have to follow by the rules of what's in here. Like all the whites and the Mexicans hang out together, right? So we can't go and talk to we can't go talk to the black man, really. You can't really hang out and sit on their bunk, or you can't eat with them. That's not cool. But there's racial lines here that are not cool, that we weren't raised with. Nobody's really raised on the street to be like this. Yeah, whatever you could say, some people who say they're racist is this and that. The kid ain't racist, are they? The kid doesn't know if you're black, white, green, whatever you are, until they're taught that. And when you're coming to prison, that's what's instilled to you. That's what you're being restructured in your mind and taught. How to hate the next man because the next man is a different color from you. Don't trust him because he's a different color from you. You can't eat with him, you can't smoke with him because it's a different color than you. All wrong. All wrong. And we know that's all wrong, but we follow. I'm one of the people that used to follow. I don't follow no more. I choose not to follow anymore. But these are the things that impact it. When there are certain individuals, the people come to prison, you have to decide if you're going to be white, you're Mexican, or you're black, who you're going to run with and who you're going to run around with. Those are the things that are forced upon you. Mm-hmm. That's a big impact.
Mm-hmm. And so for people out there who's never, been incarcerated, that's out there, not necessarily doing the right thing and could possibly be heading to prison, what is it that you want to say to those people?
Really take a look at your life. Really take a look at what you're doing wrong right now. The choices that you make right now are very critical because the choices they make, that is your destiny. That's what you're going to become. Really take a look at what's going on. Say if you're involved in gangs, if you're involved in drugs, or whatever you're involved with, that's going to lead you to prison. Is it worth it? Is it worth it to see your dad or your mom die while you're in prison, or your uncles or your sisters, or whatever's going on? Is it really worth it? For me, it's not worth it. I never got to say goodbye to my mom and my dad because I've been in prison. These choices that impacted my life still impact me today. Every day I have to sit there. I have to be able to make a living amends. Now, the choices that you make, I really strongly empathize, center on those choices. Because next thing you know, you're going to come to prison and you got 10 years you're going to do. 10 years, 10, 15 years you're going to do for something you did for the gang or you did for some drugs. Really? Was it that important? When you could be at home being a man or being that woman that you want to be, that wife, that mother, or that father, taking care of your family, going to work every day, teaching them, sitting there. Right now, I'm trying to get my GED. And you know why I'm really trying to get my GED? It's not about me trying to go home early. Screw all that going home early or whatever. I want to be able to teach my grandchildren when I get home. Mm-hmm. Those are the little things I look forward to when I get upon my release, man. Trying to restructure my life. And that's what I hope you do. The people out there that are listening, that are young kids that are making all the bad choices, really take a look back at who your friends are. My dad told me a long time ago, I know who you are by your friends. And I believe a lot of people have that told me. You pick and choose your friends. You don't allow your friends to pick and choose you. Because if you don't allow your friends to pick and choose you, next thing you know, you're sitting here like me.
That's deep. And let me ask you this. Have you received pictures from family and friends while incarcerated?
Yes, I have.
And what did those pictures do for you?
They make me feel happy. They make me feel alive. It gives me the memories, to know that I still have something. People out there that love me, trust me, and they want me out there with them, that they miss me. It just puts a big old smile on my face. I have those pictures posted on my locker. So every time when I open it, there they are.
So you look at them every day?
Yeah. It's my buddy Sage and Tristan. And I love them to death. They were buddies, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay, and what plans do you have for the future?
What I have for the future upon when I get out? Well, what I have plans for the future inside here, right now I'm getting my GED, I'm in OSAP, I'm in substance abuse and programming here. I go to AA and I go to NA. And the plans I have for the future is, what I'm going to do is I plan on going to Jericho Project. Jericho Project already accepted me. I'm waiting for ACP for Jericho Project to let me go to the Jericho Project. They'll pick me up and they'll keep me there for a year. I want to restructure my life.
Okay, that's great. And that's absolutely great. So one last thing. For someone that's out there scaling the fence, not really sure, what's one last word you want to leave that person?
Last word I want to do. Love yourself and love your family.
All right, that's good. So we want to thank you for participating in this interview for Care Pictures Love. Hopefully something that was said will help someone make better choices and decisions. And we definitely appreciate you on behalf of Keys Boom TV. And you have a nice day. I wish you the best of luck in your sobriety and success in life.
Thank you. Thank you for letting me participate in this. Have a great day.